Welcome to Responsibly Unhinged, officially. We're back, finally. It's been a while.
It's been a while.
It's your girl, Kylie Kaiser.
Kylie and Quinn Collins. Hey, fuck
Cheers.
yeah.
Cheers.
Welcome back.
Quinn, for those of you who just listened, Quinn iced me when I walked in from behind a curtain.
I scared her.
And then I forced her to drink one with me because that's only fair.
Yeah. It was just at gunpoint. I was, fine. Oh, pull my leg.
You know what I thought of today? Because I was like looking at that it's been almost a month since we recorded. And do you remember we had Carlino on last time? And we were talking about that guy that was like harassing me, right?
Yes.
And you guys kept making jokes about who's going to kill me. And I was like, what if I had just like casual listeners and they were like, she's dead?
That's so true. I didn't even think about that.
Literally, we spent the whole podcast being like, we shouldn't put this out. What if he comes after her because of it? Put it out.
Kylie went to live on a farm upstate.
Marianne and Wanda.
He literally. Damn, that's crazy. I didn't even think about that. No,
Yeah.
I've just been a busy little bee. My
You have
parents
been
were in
busy.
town and then been working.
Yeah, I've been working a lot too, actually.
Single mom that works.
Yeah, you know. Loves her kids. We're just going to sing through this whole podcast today.
Well, it's the day for it.
You just started another new job. I feel like every time we're on here, you have a new job.
Yeah. I have commitment issues, and I used to be like so loyal to every job I did that I like wouldn't leave no matter how bad the job was. And then something clicked. There was like, hey, if I'm not happy, I'm leaving. Hope that helps. Whatever.
I wish I could apply that to dating.
I do that too, and
Yeah, that's what I mean. I need to be more like Gwen.
yeah, my dating life is, not great. Yours is like not bad. You're intentionally dating.
Kind of. It's been better, but I did have the guy I was hanging out with before these days. I just started one going out with. Also, just brought a date into where I work, ghosted me, and then brought another girl into my job. So I
Damn.
was like, how did that happen to me twice in 3 months?
Well,
So after that, I was like, okay, I should recalibrate my dating strategy a little bit. I think,
yeah, but I bring every time a guy's like, "Hey, do you want to do you want to do anything?" Like if they want me to plan a portion of the day, I always bring them to the same place.
Yeah.
I could see a guy that
Well, he's also probably just cheap because he came on service night, and I know he gets free pool.
yeah, but at the same time, it's like sometimes people are just like they're so unoriginal, myself included. I'll bring guys to a place that I know there's at least one guy that's treated me like a bowling ball, all 3 holes, and I will still bring him there.
I hate you so much.
I don't know. I think I'm intentionally dating too.
Are you?
Intentionally pissing these men off. I don't know. It doesn't matter what I do. Because like guys will date me because of my personality, and then I have this personality, and they're like, "Oh, no thanks."
Yeah.
So.
I always am like, please don't date me for my personality. I'm insane. If you could just like the way I look, that would probably be more beneficial.
My thing is like I'm not even like I don't think I'm insane. I'm never insane about a guy.
Yeah.
Really. Like I don't really get crazy. Like
Except that one time.
Except that one time.
No, we all have that one
My
time.
Vietnam. And the worst part about that situation is usually when guys hurt my feelings, I'm like, yeah, just go to war. And he's been to Iraq twice. So
Yeah.
he really took that away from me.
Yeah, that's
Thank
upsetting.
you for your service, but you're a bitch for that.
Fuck you for real.
But thank you.
Yeah. Yeah.
You the proud. The Americans. I don't know.
Shout out to all my stepdads. My mom hates that joke. Like, I was like, the fact that it's like stayed too. Like I did it. It's like the joke.
Isn't your dad a veteran?
Yeah, everybody in my family, and they both have.
You're from Ohio.
Yeah,
so like,
my
there's
grandma,
nothing else to
my
do
grandma
but
and my mom,
enlist.
my grandma and my mom are veterans. Every man my mom's been married to, and there's 4, are veterans. And my biological dad is a veteran, and I don't think his current wife is, but I know he's
That's
had
so
some other
crazy. I
ones.
feel like everyone from Ohio is a veteran.
Yeah.
People just turn 18 and look around.
They
and
drink and go to war.
Better?
That's all they have to do.
A war-torn country. I'd rather be there than Ohio.
That's real. That's so real. Yeah.
Damn.
I mean, that's the pipeline. I told you, I think the last 2 episodes ago, I told the story about the guy showing up at my house with a gun when I was 17. That the show up at your girlfriend's house with a gun to a military pipeline is short.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know.
They had a lot of practice.
But we actually organized this podcast more
We did.
this time.
And by that, I mean, at 11:30 last night, I said to Quinn, what the fuck are we going to talk about tomorrow?
What the hell? And then at 11:30 today, I was like, oh,
Here's an idea.
here's a couple ideas.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, we're, obviously it's like a dating podcast. So we were just talking about like questions that are often on the table on a first, second date.
Yeah, because we all hate situationships, but sometimes I think like as much as these people suck, I feel like sometimes it is like it's on you to make it clear why you're there, right?
Sure.
Like casual sex, casual dating, those are all one thing, but if you're like trying to get into a relationship, I feel like you should be having specific conversations. But there also is some things that like too soon.
Yeah. Yeah. But personally, I think on a first date, I like to make it about him, I'm interested in where he grew up. What street did he grow up on, That that name? Is that a family name? Is that your mom's maiden name? Wow. What's the last four of your social?
Can I just look at your credit card real quick? I love the design.
Wow. Your first pet's name was what? That's so cute.
Meanwhile, I'm like, what's your history with drugs and alcohol? Do you go to therapy?
Who cares?
Well,
It's
you've seen my dating history, so I care.
Yeah. Not enough.
The problem is with me, though, like, I go on a date with somebody, and this actually just happened to me, and they just, like, briefly mentioned, like, they used to be a drug addict, and I'm like, oh, thank God, I thought you were going to be boring.
Yeah. It's like one of those things where it's like
I like a jaded past. I like an underdog story. I like that you've overcome something.
I like a man with a jaded past.
It's better than a jaded present, which is what I've been doing.
Yeah. I like himbos.
Yeah, you do.
I love a himbo.
You do.
I like if we're talking, there's light there, but like everyone is evicted, like behind those eyes. And he thinks everything I say is great. And then himbos are just, I think it's the move. Because part of me, I like tried to do the thing where I date like super intellectual, like A24 film bros that like love deep music. And that's horrible.
Well, I think you're a smart girl, and I think that smart girls kind of need dumb guys. I feel like that's a hot take, but it is because guys that are smart tend to be intimidated by smart girls, and they want to like it's like a pissing contest.
Well, I'm also like a big personality, and like himbo guys are just like, wow.
Yeah, they just think you're funny and interesting.
I get nervous that they'll chase a car, but as long as they're chasing me. I'll be their little car.
You're so stupid.
But whatever. I realized that like the other thing too is like my type is so different than it was at one point, but I never really felt like I was like, I don't really feel like I am, but like broken in a sense because I'll go to a guy's house, like, well, you guys were talking about this, but it's like one of those, like, he owns like multiple button downs and has a bed frame. And I'm like, wow, this is just like American Psycho.
No, I'm looking for books.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Guy has like, he's like a finance book on his nightstand.
If you just read it all, I like to know that you can. First of all, that's good. And himbo, you can't have a himbo that can't read.
Yeah. Well, there's like, if I go to a guy's house and his coffee table has like Rich Dad, Poor Dad books or like self-help books, I'm like, he is going to hate me in a month. I am not your type.
I got told by a guy I was dating that me reading was made me a loser. Like that was a red flag. It's a guy you know.
That's how I would be if I couldn't read.
Yeah, I was like, that's why I was like, can you not read? Like that's the only reason you would have.
That's how I am with anyone that knows anything how to work with computers.
Yeah, like,
I'm like, that's like a loser thing to do. You can't. Wow, you know how to do your taxes?
Literally, what the fuck,
nerd.
That's how I felt though. I was just like, sorry, I don't know. I have an English degree. Like, what did you expect? Like,
wow.
Yeah, that was weird. But I did see
Kylie just making herself sound cool as fuck on the podcast for 5 minutes.
I have a master's degree. I just want to flex that for a little bit, and I'm making no money. Liberal arts, don't do it.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I'm curious. What do you feel like you shouldn't ask on a first date?
Yeah, don't ask them about the gold standard. They hate that. And
the gold standard?
I don't even know what it is. Can't ask about anal. They don't like that. I don't like that. I don't like that. And I've been asked about that on a first date.
I don't really want to have a lot of sexual conversations on a first date, to be honest. Like in general. Because, we're trying to intentionally date. Our friend Candace just sent me that meme. She sent you that meme where it was like the girl that was like didn't fuck on the first date and she's like in like a prairie dress. And I was like, me as fuck.
Just the shackles. Didn't fuck after he bought me 2 drinks.
Not trying to say I'm a hero, but didn't go home with him.
Yeah, I'm pretty much reformed.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Sometimes I don't. Well, fucking on the first date is also another thing because I don't want to mess up my makeup.
Yeah.
But if I'm not wearing makeup, like,
yeah.
who cares?
I don't have a problem with people or myself. I mean, I have done it often, fucking on the first date, but I've found that if I'm actually trying to, like, from the get-go, decide if you're intentionally trying to date me, that doesn't go very well.
Here's the thing is, like, it's this weird thing, too, as I've gotten older. It's like I've always heard, like, you don't fuck on the first date. It's not a good look. But then I keep meeting these couples that are like, yeah, we've been together 6 years. And I was like, how long did y'all date? And like, we fucked after the first date, and like, we've not left each other alone since. And I'm like, what?
Well, I've asked a lot of guys, like, I think as you do get older, and I've been like, do you think that how early you had sex with this girl affected whether you saw her as dateable or not? And most of them said that's not it. Like, it's going to be just they wanted to date you or they didn't.
Yeah.
But I think, like, it's more of a me thing. Like, you and I have talked about this. It's like, it's an attachment thing, right? So it's like, I don't want to be overly invested in a situation beforehand. And also, like, if it's not going anywhere, I don't need my body count to get any higher, you know? I'll just recycle. I don't... It's
fair.
I'm done with that, you know? And I'm sick of just, like, not getting taken on fucking dates. I've talked about this in general. If I was getting taken on dates, I'd probably be fucking more of them. But, like, if you haven't bought me dinner yet, I'm tired of that shit. You don't get to eat if I'm not eating. You know, that's fucked up.
Wow.
That's fucked up.
Bars. Hey.
I'm sick of
bars.
it. Like, you buy one cocktail at Whistler's and then you get pussy? That's crazy. That's so crazy.
Yeah, I would never.
You would never. I mean, we've all done it. I'm speaking from personal experience.
Wow. Yeah, so true. Never.
Also, why is every first date at Whistler's?
The fucking cocktails there are like $30.
I know. To be fair, it does cost like what a dinner would cost.
I know. And like, he's, promoting my journey of being skinny.
I can't go to Whistler's on date because all my dates are at Whistler's. Weren't you with me the other weekend we were there and that guy came and sat by us and I was like, I went on a Hinge date with this guy.
Yeah. I don't give a damn.
Yeah.
I'll walk into Whistler's because guess what? I look great. And it doesn't matter if he ghosted me or I ghosted him because that's the only way people quit talking in Austin.
Yeah.
I don't care.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Nobody wants to communicate, which is why I think how you set up the date. If you like set an expectation on your first date with like the types of questions you're asking that you're going to be communicative, I would like hope that helps. I can't speak from experience because I don't do it. But like that's part of the issue I was just bitching about like that dude showing up at the date. Is I was like, would it have been so hard instead of just like not texting me back 3 days before you did this to be like, hey, not interested, or hey, casually dating. Hey, no thanks. Just a simple no thank you. Would have sufficed. But you had to bring a whole different bitch in and basically fuck with your clothes on in front of me on a pool table. I didn't need to see that.
Yeah, that's mean.
I'm fine.
That's mean.
I'm fine.
I have done that to a man for sure. But yeah, I think there's some things, especially on first dates, so in Austin, that always, and it's, I don't know, specific to Austin. I just only really ever dated in Austin. And I don't like when guys bring up how much money they make.
Yeah.
That's a weird thing to me.
Something only...
That's none of my business.
Like,
hey.
Insecure men do that.
Yeah. And it's like, I don't care.
Like, have you noticed how every Uber driver has to tell you how much money they make?
Damn,
like,
you make that much money and your fade looks like that?
Yeah. So it's like only men on first dates and guys driving Uber to tell you how much they make.
Yeah. Oh, you make so much money. But yeah, I don't know. I hate when guys do that. That's yucky to me. Because it makes me feel like, oh, you can't just, I'm not like, it makes it seem like they're like, oh, yeah, I make all this money. Like, they're trying to, like, buy you over.
Yeah.
So, like, sometimes that's where dating is weird. Like, if the first date is too extravagant, I'm like, ah.
And if they only knew the level of broke men that I've dated, they would know that doesn't really do anything for me.
Yeah, well, it's not, I will always, like, appreciate something, like, if somebody, but like, when, like, I don't know. There's guys here that make so much fucking money that, like, it's their whole personality. And it's like, wow, 6 figures for just bland missionary and, conversations about you telling me what, like, fucking cryptocurrency is.
Yeah. Well, I feel the same way about it that I think I don't know if we talked about this on here, but you and I talked about it. I was on that, this girl that's in Austin's dating podcast, Charlotte, shout out Peasant Party podcast. And they have people that write in, and someone was asking about, like, people's opinions on guys trying to run errands with you on their first date. And she was like, I was on a date with a guy and he like wanted to stop and pick up his dry cleaning on the date. And like another person was, and she was like, or like guys that are like bringing their dog on the first date. And like, I don't like that, just because to me, I'm like, you are already if you're running errands on the date, you like are not showing me this is like prioritizing my time. I feel like something else that I just like was fit into your schedule. That's weird. But the dog thing pisses me off because it's like, I just feel the same way about it as the money things. Like if you felt the need to bring the dog, it's because you didn't think you were going to be interesting enough alone. Like you don't have an hour that you can leave your dog at home to come be interesting as a person. Like that's the person that you know that they have 5 Hinge photos and 3 of them are their dog.
Yeah.
Like when you do that,
but I'm
like,
such a dog person. I don't know if that would affect me.
It's not even to me about. I mean, I'm like not necessarily not a dog person. I'm more of like a cat person, obviously. But like, to me, it's every same thing. Like, people would think it was weird if I was just like showing up and I brought my cat in my little fucking carrying case. I would be a psychopath. But you're allowed to just bring your dog. That's crazy.
Hey, if there's one thing I can name that gets you laid, it's bringing your cat anywhere with you at all.
To be honest, yeah, that's what I'm gonna start doing that.
Yeah.
Honestly, my cat probably would work.
Can I say something? And it's that
no.
If a man asks me to ride in the car with him and run errands, I love that shit.
I love running errands with men.
I feel like an elderly dog.
That's
like,
the thing.
Just roll the window down.
All these people went off in the TikTok comments that because she clipped that part where I was like ranting about this, and they all went off about being like, well, when you grow old with someone, you have to do that kind of mundane stuff. And I was like, I get that. I love me and Justine, every time I have to run any kind of errand, I was like, I need to go to the bank. We're like, I'll go with you. Like, I love to run errands with people I care about. I don't, on the first date, I'm just like, that's, to me, it just feels, because my whole issue is like, people tend to get all up in arms about like how much, like guys always think it's like, oh, well, I need to be spending all this money on this date and blah, blah, blah. I literally don't give a fuck what we do. I just want to feel like you intentionally made a plan and you like are prioritizing this time to get to know me. Like, you don't even know me yet. I don't need to see where you do your dry cleaning. I don't care.
I kind of like also running errands with guys because you see how they treat like people in like different service industries and stuff like that.
Good first date question. This got asked to me on the first date I went to that reminded me of is he asked me what 3 of like my 3, what I think 3 red flags are. Like what my physical red flag is, like not about myself, but like for other people. Like what a physical red flag is to me, a petty red flag, and a serious red flag. And I said my serious one is how people treat like customer service and service industry.
Yeah.
Like watching how people interact with them. That is one of them. But
I
like that
on
question
a date with
lot.
someone that's like rude to a server.
Yeah, that's what I mean. That's why that's like a red flag to me.
One time.
What happened?
One time?
What happened?
I went to the movies with this guy. I was still in high school. And the person came and just like take our tickets, like to peel it off or whatever. And like he like I don't know, gave him an attitude and he goes, yeah, just peel the ticket, fruitcake.
You fucked him, huh?
No, I didn't. I was so scared of sex in high school. But there
cool.
was a movie theater handy. And
he said, you know what? That was kind of aggressive.
Over the clothes. Nothing like a handy over jeans.
In the public movie theater.
I know. We were watching Frozen. I know he thinks about me still.
He did. He let it go. That's for sure.
He did. Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah. Have you ever had somebody ask you? My roommate said somebody asked her on a date what she thought her red flags are. What would you say?
What my red flags are?
Yeah. Has anyone ever asked you that? And what would you say?
I think they just grow and develop over time. I'm avoidant.
Fair.
Red flag. I make jokes of everything. Like I'm really bad at serious things. I think that's like why I'm avoidant.
Yeah.
Because like I can't have serious conversations, but like I always just like try to riff.
Same. Yeah.
And third red flag, man. I mean, I guess I do stand up comedy. Like I'm like. I don't think that's necessarily a red flag, but the lifestyle that comes like with it. Like my nights are usually taken, and like I'll be around dudes. Like I'm around dudes a lot, and guys don't love that.
Yeah.
Okay, guys don't love that.
Yeah. Two of those, I feel like I feel that on.
But I wouldn't fuck it like these guys with someone else's pussy. So it's like I don't.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Let me just scope out the patio at Creek. Like you know.
Yeah, Carlina tried to convince us on the last episode that there were hot comics, a bunch of hot comics, and we're like, a bunch?
A bunch? Hot how?
Hot how?
Like, ill? Like, they're all
They have a fever.
sickly. But
Yeah.
no, I don't know. What are yours?
I do. I think one of mine overlaps for sure. That I have like when I need to bring up something serious, I tend to put it into it like a joke. That's like a coping mechanism for me. So if I feel uncomfortable, I start making really weird jokes.
Hey, did you hear this new joke? Did you hear about the guy that's fucking on Snapchat behind my back? Isn't that?
I tend to bring up like really traumatic stuff that's happened to me in like a casual like laughing scenario. I feel like that's probably a red flag. Like I'll just like drop that. I'll be like, they'll be talking about something and I'll just be like, I just met my dad 6 months ago. like isn't that hilarious? Like, but then I'll say it in some fucked up way.
And
Like I'll just
everyone's like-
drop those bombs. Like that's my other red flag. I do like I overshare too quickly.
I'm an overshare.
Yeah, way too quickly. I was told that's an ADHD thing.
Yeah, but my other thing is I like have been in situations where I didn't overshare or whatever, and then it comes up a few months later, and it almost is like there's like too small that's oversharing, and then too big that like it feels like oversharing. But then if you don't tell them like within like the first couple weeks of talking, they're like, oh, why'd you hide that from me? I'm like, I don't really hide it from you. I just didn't feel ready to disclose it. But then like, so it's hard to find a middle ground of like, am I sharing too much or sharing enough? Especially when you first start dating somebody, especially if it's intentionally, because it's like, oh yeah, oops, and they're like, oh, I just feel like you hid that from me. Like I'm supposed to get to know you well.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh well, yeah, I do piss the bed sometimes.
Right. It feels like it feels like
I'm kidding.
It feels like she's kidding.
Hey, I'm kidding.
It feels like when it's pertinent information though. I feel that same way. Like the first time, depending on what I'm going through, like right now, my mental health. Not top tier. And so when I'm going through shit like that, if a guy's gonna stay the night with me, I feel I should warn you that I have night terrors from my CPTSD because sometimes wake up screaming. No sexy way to tell you that. So like it's like, all right, well, just FYI. But like I don't love to disclose that, so that's why it's like maybe you don't stay the night with me until I know you like me.
I'm also not super like lovey-dovey affectionate, and I think that sometimes it's like that's a problem because it's like, especially because like my love, I like physical touch enough, but it's not like a big thing for me. So it's like sometimes if like I'm like with somebody and they're like super cuddly, especially like going to sleep, I'm like, this is for you.
Yeah.
Because yuck.
I am, but I struggle with it. Like I sometimes feel bad because I feel like when I started dating or like before my long-term relationship, I was like probably a gem to date, you know? I think so. Like I was very open, I was very vulnerable, I like was very affectionate, I like loved to give affirmation, I wanted words of affirmation, and now when I get any of those things, it like sets off panic alarms to me, and I like won't do it first because I'm so scared that like that same shit's gonna happen to me again. Like no matter how much therapy I go to, this is like what I keep working on is being like, okay, when people are nice to me, how do I not
Do you like
freeze up?
holding hands?
I do.
I hate holding hands because I got these sweaty ass paws.
Yeah.
Oof. The first time you see a guy like hold your hand and it's like visibly like just moist as fuck, and you see his face.
Well, it's like the context. Like the people holding hands when they walk down Ladybird Lake's little walkway. I always think it's cute, but I'm like, it is 95 degrees. I don't want to touch you right now.
Get real.
Yeah. Like I understand.
I don't
that.
like anyone enough to do that.
Yeah.
It's like
I don't know.
My grandma has to waddle through when I hold her hand. It's just so thin and papery. She doesn't even notice how wet my hand is.
Yeah. I like the first date question that I saw, or I think maybe my roommate told me it, I don't know, but asking them like what their favorite quality about their best friend is, because I also think it gives you good insight to the type of people they spend time with and also how they like view relationships that are important to them, like the way they speak about somebody like that.
My therapist actually was like saying something similar because I was like saying how like my like I do obviously make jokes about everything, but like my dating life has been almost self-harm. Like
right. No, mine. Yeah, we've talked about this. No, quite literally, both our therapists have been like, "You're using that as self-harm."
It's like literally self-harm. So it's one of those things too where it's like I have like the first time, like the first time probably, but my early 20s I was in a relationship the entire time. So it's like my female friendships, like my friendships, I have like so much unconditional love, like. So much to do. Like, we're always doing something. I'm always excited to see them. They vouch for me. Like, so for me, that's like, I'm just so used to that. But my therapist is like, that's something that you should look for in a partner because you're capable of loving like that and being loved like that.
No, for sure.
But for some reason, when it's a man or like it's in that scenario, like you're only choosing like men that are quite actually like hurt, like not like physically hurting me, but it's like an emotional like it's like a part of being attached, like a detached too. Like I'm very avoidant.
Yeah, because like if somebody asked me on a date, it would be very easy if I'm telling a story about you and somebody was like, "Oh, Quinn's one of your best friends. What do you like about her?" I could give them an hour speech like about like why we're friends. But if I have like ask a guy that and like they're not obviously going to speak the same way that like I think women are just different about that. But like I think back on some of my relationships and either it's like didn't have any friends, red flag. Or like my long-term relationship, he had like 2 friends and they were both terrible people. And he even had nothing nice to say about them. And it's like, you tend to be a reflection of the 5 people you spend the most time with. That's like psychologically true. And so if you're either A, not spending time with anyone, it's just you up in that head, that's crazy. 2, if you're spending time with just ass people, like his 2 best friends, one was an alcoholic that was borderline homeless.
Tit people.
2 people.
No, tit people.
Tit people.
You said ass people. I'm more of a tit person myself.
I fucking hate you so much. But yeah, like one of his friends was an alcoholic that was borderline homeless, and the other one had abandoned a kid in Sweden. Like, what are you? Like,
whoa.
Like, what the fuck? And I'm like,
like a bank account.
Great company.
Well, yeah, but and it's hard too because I'm to a point now that I have like such profound like friendships and just like
same.
Even in comedy, like now that like I like have started making like more it's very hard for me to hold attention to anybody because like I have so much to offer myself right now that like I like can't really offer like because like if I am gonna date, that's like part of me is like I'm just like not gonna entertain like anybody right now just because I have like nothing. I don't like want to offer anything like to anybody because I can't give like the same attention they could to me because it's like a lot of people have like careers like so their free time is what are we doing? Can I see you? I'm at your front door and and I don't know, I can't give anybody like the kind of like the same reciprocation and I don't like care to like I'm just not there. And some people don't like that.
No, that's why it's like hard because when I find I don't necessarily want to be continuously dating in like comedy or the service industry, but it is like the most paralleled schedules and that's tough because even if I like am dating outside of comedy, it's like outside of that on my days I'm not doing stand-up, I'm working like I get off work at 3:30 in the morning, like like multiple nights a week, so it's like my time, like every time I try to schedule a date, I'm like, I'm free on Tuesday evening.
Yeah.
That's quite literally it.
Gosh. And I think people like hide a lot of themselves to like seem more okay than they are. Or like there was like one dude I was like kind of interested in. Like he was cool to hang out with. He's like the most interested I've been in like just at least just talking to somebody.
Yeah.
And then he was like moving. We hung out and he's like, oh yeah, no, I move like in like 2 days. I'm like, you didn't tell me that. And he was like,
like out of Austin?
Yeah.
Oh.
For the summer. But I was like, oh, you did not tell me that. And he was like, yeah, I did. And I was like, you didn't. But glad I could be treated like a it always like makes me think of like a dog. Like that like is it like you go take it to get ice cream and then it goes to the vet to sleep forever. Like hey, by the way, I'm moving for the entire summer. Awesome.
Yeah.
Cool. Excellent. Have fun. I will be married when you get back. Like you just want to be so like spiteful.
You won't.
Wow. What the fuck?
Did I say? I meant we won't.
We won't be married. Well, we can go to Vegas again. Do you know they got a Cheetos marriage chapel?
I would get married there.
Yeah, and they've got Cheeto afros, which I don't know if that's
what does that even
okay.
Or just Cheetos racially appropriate.
I know. It was like they have
what is a Cheetos afro? What do you mean by that?
An orange afro?
Like just literally like what? Like the guy that's marrying you has one, or who
No,
has
you
it?
get to dress up like a Cheeto
For your wedding.
Yeah,
people are doing that.
I swear.
I hate America.
Wow, I thought that was beautiful. My grandma fled Ukraine in the dead of night so that I could have a Cheetos wedding in Las Vegas. She said, "Yeah, I'm going to spend half a year fleeing the Soviets, and you're going to have a Cheeto-themed wedding in Las Vegas." And that's beautiful.
Yeah. I'll be there. I'll support you.
I think it would be fun to dress like Elvis and get married.
You wanted to find an Elvis so bad while we were there, and we didn't. That was upsetting.
Yeah, that was like my only goal.
You wanted to kiss an Elvis.
I wanted to kiss young Elvis or fat Elvis. I was getting to the point where I was like, I'm running out of time.
Yeah. We were set on a young Elvis, but by the end of the trip, she was like, or fat Elvis. We saw no Elvises.
Yeah, what the fuck?
That's
I just realized we actually didn't see any Elvises.
Yeah. We didn't see a lot of we saw we walked past
Elmo.
some Marvel characters,
Look
right?
like Elmo if he was burned with the virus. The most terrifying skinny ass Elmo.
Did we see a Spider-Man or something? We saw somebody from Marvel.
Spider-Man. Yeah. Did you ever watch Foster's Home for Imaginary Kids?
Yes.
The tall red guy. That's what the Elmo looks like in Las Vegas.
You just unlocked such a deep childhood memory. I forgot about that.
Hey, do you want to hear something fucked up?
Yeah.
The old lady, she's just got dementia and she's just seeing all this. That's what I heard.
That's crazy. Have you heard that theory about Rugrats? That it's all like Angelica's psychotic break or some shit.
She's so real for that.
Yeah. It's like she's imagining all these interactions with kids because she's insane. That's why she's so mean. And she has like some kind of like
my brain has the power
disorder.
to imagine people. I'm going to choose babies.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Anyway, what a pedophile. How old is she? 3? I don't know. How old is Angelica in that movie?
Is she like 5 or 6? She's a little bit older.
Yeah, and she's just thinking of little kids. Ew.
She's imagining friends. I don't know why they're not her age. And the girl, if they're all imaginary, that Cynthia girl that is her age, she's a bitch to her. So the only girl that is her age, she's like, well, she's a bitch to all of them, I guess.
Wasn't Cynthia a little fuck-ass doll?
No, oh, you're right. What was the name of the little black girl with like the braids? That was the girl I was thinking of. I thought her name was Cynthia. The doll was Cynthia. You're right.
I don't remember.
The Cynthia doll is how I feel on most days.
Yeah. Bad as fuck.
Just beaten and ragged is more where I was going.
Whoa.
Was Cynthia a bad bitch? She looked like that Barbie in the Barbie movie where it's like the weird Barbie. That's Cynthia. That looks that's what Cynthia was like. The dolls who got played with too hard. That's me.
My mom. Sometimes my mom texts me and it's either, and sometimes it scares me.
Shout out, Beth.
Oh, she said, have you worn those pants? She got me these workout pants. And I said, yeah. And she goes, I get so many compliments on mine. Oh, well, I'll fuck myself. Yeah, none have come up.
That reminds me of this girl I'm not friends with
They're
anymore.
camo, so maybe people just don't see them.
Yeah, you're just sliding right by. This girl I'm not friends with anymore got these specific workout leggings a few years ago, and she like told me how great they are and how she got all these compliments, and then she was like, you have to get them, and so I bought them, and then we were like, we'll wear them the same day, and then she was like, didn't you get so many compliments? And she's like, I got invited on 3 boats today in these pants, and I was like, not a single person talked to me in these pants.
Damn,
so
yeah,
I'll just kill myself.
I hate people hype up Lululemon.
Yeah.
Dude, I can't wear Lululemon.
I do like my Lululemons.
My cooter looks like it hasn't eaten in years. It just sucks them right up. It's so gross.
I don't buy them anymore, but I still have pairs that I got in 2019 that still like look fine and fit, which is crazy. Because I've also been like 4 different body sizes since then. Like they fit me all through my prep. They fit me when I rebound weight. They fit me when I leveled out. Like
I can't do
crazy.
Lululemon. You know, like in those whirlpool things that suck everything up? That's what my cooter does to them. I can't do Lululemon. Ugh.
I think that feels like a personal issue.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah. Are you buying the right size?
Extra small.
Oh.
Just kidding.
Redacted size.
Yeah, redacted size. I get 2 sizes smaller than myself because I always tell myself I need to work out hard enough that these will fit me in a month.
That's toxic as fuck.
I'm kidding.
As a former health coach.
Well,
don't do that.
I don't. I always buy things too big or just my size.
That's good.
Sometimes I like to buy things that are a little too big, and then I'm like, oh, fuck.
Then I feel
These were so tight
crazy.
on me like a month ago. The tag's still on it.
Yeah. That's the best feeling when you like wear a pair of jeans that's tight, but then you wear them again just without washing them, and they're just stretched out. But then you're like, huh, last week these were so tight.
Miss Me jeans. I used to beg my mom in 2008 middle school. Those Miss Me jeans with the sparkly back pockets.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I would beg my mom during a worldwide recession and said, "Hey, bitch, go get me some bedazzled $122 jeans."
Did they come from the buckle?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Rock Revolutions too.
Yeah.
I said, "Hey, bitch, we might lose our house, but I need these jeans or I'll kill myself." Everyone had to have them.
Yeah. I used to beg for it was like the Lucky jeans. From the buckle.
Lucky jeans are nice though.
Yeah.
I wouldn't wear a pair of Miss Me jeans if you had a gun now.
Miss me with that, you know.
Just in the All right. And fuck
I had to take it from you.
Fuck.
Like, I knew you would do it.
Honestly,
She's out.
God. Anyway, but no, it was like, and then the men that wear them, like, have when we went to the Nickelback concert, there was a few of these little fuckers.
Oh,
They
of
were
course,
in,
we were
they
at
were
a
in
Nickelback
Affliction.
concert.
They wear the Affliction T-shirt
Fucking Affliction
with the like male Miss Me jeans. I don't remember what their version was, but there's
Yeah.
still the bedazzled back pockets, and it's
Yeah.
always that weird cross, like
Yep.
a loopy cross.
Yep.
And
There
then
were
they're
so
like,
many of those at Nickelback.
and then they use the F slur regularly. Though men that dress like that.
Yeah. Do
are
you
like,
remember Ed
I don't
Hardy?
care what they do as long as they don't got a crush on me.
Like,
hey,
the Ed Hardy brand. Those are red flags. I used to literally, if I saw men in Affliction or Ed Hardy, I was like, he probably hits that girl for sure.
That's not where I thought you were going with that.
Hit her energy or they're gay. It's one way or the other.
You have the energy of that, you've seen a few up close that wear Ed Hardy.
Me?
Yeah, you've seen a few pieces up close.
No, my high school ex did wear Affliction though.
I know it.
Yeah, but not Ed Hardy.
Affliction. Yeah, yeah. Your type is very much so like he wears Affliction, and like there's always at least one Monster can in his car, empty.
My type shops at Goodwill or Hot Topic. Like there's no in between, to be honest.
I don't even know what my because like I have like branches off of like what my type is,
Same.
but I have like a core type,
Yeah.
but I don't really know what it is.
I have a preference.
I know it when I see it.
Yeah. Yeah. I have a preference. Like I have an ideal and like the thing that everybody thinks is my type. And then I date off
It's
of that.
awful.
Yeah, it is. It is.
It's like a little shit tree that just has little branches of shit.
Okay, Quinn. It's not a fuck ass ginger, so
Hey, well,
this turns into a roast battle.
Why do
Podcast.
I really attract ginger men.
You do. And I hate that. I hate gingers.
There's like,
I said it.
yeah, I just get terrorized by human shucky
Female
dolls.
gingers, hot. Male gingers, I can't do it.
Yeah, and it makes their junk look like it's wearing a little clown wig. Ginger guys, if they have a bush, it looks like their wiener is wearing a clown afro. A Cheeto afro that they could wear at our Cheeto Las Vegas wedding.
I was also in denial that psycho man that you thought looked British was a ginger. I said he wasn't. Everybody was like, he was kind of a ginger.
He was kind of that's why he looked British. He was a little
Yeah.
day walker.
He had like a reddish beard.
He was a little fucking
I don't mind a little
freak.
red in your beard. I just don't. If you have like
Right,
red.
right.
Okay, here's a great okay, I'm gonna just share this anonymously, but here's a great example of when I make jokes, things you shouldn't do on a set. This is a second date, but I was on this date and I was thinking about sleeping with this person. Like it's date 2, and I was on my period, so I was like, I'm not gonna do that because I don't want to do that for the first time I sleep with someone, right? And I like was honest about that, and they were cool. But then they like made a joke about if they were ever gonna like dye their beard red. They're like, they could just call me Redbeard, and I was like, that's what I was gonna call you if I did let you sleep over. You know what I mean?
Oh my god.
He was like, Jesus Christ.
And you're like, am I right? Hey.
Standing ovation? No.
Me,
no?
if I like
applause
start,
break.
if I say a joke in front of a man, he's just like, I just start doing that thing. Hey, I just run into soprano. Am I right? Hey.
You've got me saying like, am I right? After things that I like that I should not be saying. Like,
God, just like, do you ever say like, I hate when I'm like comfortable, like not hate it, but like if you get comfortable with somebody and like you just start like
being yourself,
riffing during. Do you ever riff during sex?
Yeah, it's the worst.
At one time, I said that's what she said. After I said it in a sexual, like we were doing it.
Did it crush?
And then there was a laugh box in that room. It was an absolute
From
smash.
only you, but
Yeah, it was. Yeah, no, he didn't. He just goes, yeah. And I go to hell. Hey, I'm leaving.
I forget what you told me one time. You said to somebody on a date that was so fucking funny. It was like really unhinged. I wish I could remember to bring it up now,
I
but
don't think I ever say anything normal.
no.
In my head, I'm like, well, he's gonna love me, and then he does not. Okay,
No.
doesn't. And I always hate when guys try to make it seem like too much like a rom-com, like they're trying too hard.
Yeah.
And like,
because I've been love bombed, so now I'm just like, I know you can't keep that up. Like, no one's gonna keep doing that forever.
oh, love bombing.
Yeah, well, like just in general, like if you're doing that much over the top, like early on, I'm just like, yeah, like then what? then when you stop doing that, I'm gonna feel like you don't like me anymore. Like, just do normal stuff. Like, show me effort and care and do something nice.
Yeah, cool idea. When's your boyfriend get their fruitcake?
What's actually funny is somebody that asked me on a date recently was talking about like how nice of a place we wanted to go to, and their question was, "Do you want it to be? It depends on how gay we want to be." And I honestly was like, "Green flag that you like just calling it gay, taking me somewhere nice. That's funny as fuck to me."
Yeah, dude. And they also, I like get out of so many scary situations, especially now that Candace moved back, and it's like, I think there's Candace isn't like she's gotten to see like how different I act around like dudes I don't care about.
Yeah.
And like I can be kind of mean now because usually she would just threaten to kill them.
Yeah.
So Candace is literally that in the water boy where she's like outside his window and she's like, "Do you want me to kill him?" Like that's yeah. So but now it's like I just don't like I just am kind of mean to boys.
Yeah.
I'm really mean to boys, and I gotta not do that.
No, but it's so funny. But you do it so well. It's, I was just telling somebody about. I've talked to you about it. But I was just telling somebody else that I was like, I just try to learn from Quinn because you're so good at being mean to them, but you're good at doing it in a way that they think you're flirting.
Yeah,
like it's because you're just like staring at them with your little fucking giant eyes and like giving them the doe eyes and like just like the cutest little like you're so interested in everything they're saying.
All by yourself,
like, yeah,
really?
Like you're saying you sound like
goodness.
whatever they're saying is the most interesting thing you've ever heard, while you're simultaneously telling them that it's not. But
Yeah.
all they're picking up is this just like love stare they're getting from you, and it's so funny to watch.
This
like,
guy came
I've
up to
watched
me-
you do it on E6 a million times.
This guy came up to me, and he was like, "Don't you work at Sunset?" And I was like, "Yeah." And he was like, "Oh, everyone just cracking jokes all the time." And I'm like, "Well, yeah, it's a comedy club. Like, why are you doing this?
Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah.
hey, dude, when's your short bus to drop you off? What are you?" I know they came all the way to E6. That's so cool.
Oh, they definitely do.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
in herds. I was gonna say they're gonna need a longer bus, but that just defeats the purpose.
Yeah, multiple trips. There you go.
Me thinking that I'm like making this sickest burn and I just belong on the bus too. I'm like, yeah, they're gonna need a longer bus for how stupid you are. All right.
Yeah.
I need to. Have you seen Spirit,
Yeah, the horse movie.
the horse movie?
I was a horse girl.
Hey, would you fuck that horse?
No.
No.
Would-
Me
would-
either.
Would you have an orgasm on it?
Yeah. Dude, why'd they make that horse fine as hell?
Okay, for a horse, yeah. Like if we're gonna go there, the horse was hot.
That's a handsome horse.
You know what fictional animal creature I did have a crush on? Robin Hood the fox.
What the fuck? I'm just kidding. You fucking freak.
Just to fuck a whole horse. At least mine was cosplaying as a human.
Oh, whoa. Did you hear? Tinkerbell got the boot.
I saw. That's fucked up.
All Tinky Bell.
She's
because
an
you know
icon.
what? It's because they said she was too body conscious and cared way too much about the attention of a boy.
That's real.
Heaven forbid I have any representation.
Heaven forbid
at
a
Disney
woman
World.
have hobbies.
Yeah. Heaven forbid. I go to Disney World to find one thing that relates to me. And it's the fucking dramatic bitch that passes out when a man's not paying enough attention to her.
Yeah.
Are you serious?
And they take that away from us. I did see that. I saw that on my like Facebook feed the other day, and I was pissed.
Ugh. Man. Free my girl Tink, you know?
I like that we're removing Tinkerbell, but not the problematic part of that whole thing, which is Peter Pan, that little fuck boy. Peter Pan's
I
a
almost said
fuckboy.
something, but then I remembered he's a kid.
Okay, but did you ever watch that movie they did Hook? That was like the
With Robin Williams.
like the non-cartoon version, and they have Peter Pan's character comes back all those years, like it's like the fast forward, and tries to hit on Wendy's granddaughter because he doesn't even recognize Wendy. That shit is fucked. That is fucked. Yeah, he's a fuckboy.
He's Jose
Never
Moyle.
growing up ass. That's every
At least
boy in
he's a
Austin.
type.
Austin is the city of lost
A
boys. That's
blood
why I have
type.
an issue with. Have you ever heard it being called that?
What? Oh,
They call it Austin the city
being
of lost
Neverland?
boys. Yeah. So that's
Yeah.
why I have. I can think they're all Peter Pans. That's why I have.
Yeah, it's Peter Pan syndrome.
Such an anger about Peter Pan. Kelsey Ballerini's got a song about it. Taylor Swift's got a
Hey,
song
you're
about it.
31. Things
Grow up.
aren't getting better. Just lock in.
The amount of men I've met, shout out to this recent psycho, that are literally in their 30s and they're just like, I don't really want anything
I just
serious.
can't settle down.
And I'm like, and then they'll tell you in the same breath that they do want a family. And I'm like, they're planning on pulling a Leonardo DiCaprio? Like, what's your plan? You're 31. Like, if you want to reproduce and you're like, I don't want anything serious, what the fuck?
My favorite is the guy's like, I can't be tied down right now. Hey, we have to like be careful about the positions we use because your back hurts. Shut the fuck up.
Yeah. You have to take a heart medication every day.
Oh my God.
This guy did.
You got worms. Hey,
when you're that tall, like shout out my manager Jordy said, it's like a Great Dane syndrome. Something's gonna take him out. He's too tall to function.
any man who has said, "Oh, I have to be careful doing this because my lumbar," hey, lock in. You know.
I feel that though, because the older I get, sex really takes it out of my hips. I'm still. I got like 5 years on you still. I have sore hips the next day. Like I walk around like feeling like I did squats. It's bad.
Damn.
Yeah.
I would not tell a man that though.
I don't tell them, but I'm dealing with. Oh, except right now, none of them are listening to this podcast. They're scared of me.
You're just like, oh wow,
doing
my
that.
hips hurt, and he's like, really? And I'm like, yeah, I've got arthritis. Hey, yeah, I got arthritis. In
I'm
all
just
the right
saying.
places.
It's funny to you now. Talk to me in 5 years. Sometimes I forget. I'm
How
that
old
much
will I
older than
be?
you. They're my age. That's my point. I'm 32, bitch.
You're 5 years older than me.
Yeah, are you 27?
Yeah.
28?
No, I'm 26.
Jesus, that's worse. So I'm 6 years older than you.
I turned 27. My Saturn return that I talk about a lot,
You're right.
and I think that's another reason why like my
Men don't
thought
wanna date you.
process is.
Just kidding.
Oh,
I was
fuck.
kidding. I was
And no, I think my thought processes about everything have to start. I was talking to Candace about it the other night because it's just like even drinking. Like I still like I don't like getting drunk anymore. Like I make poor decisions. Hey, I haven't made a good decision in 3 years. And
Quinn says that as she walks in here and ices me at 3 p.m.
hey, thought a party. And but no, I just think my thought process on everything have started changing, and I can feel it. But it's like that pressure on me to like I know this feeling is happening. I have to take action, and like these opportunities are happening for me. Like I have to take action. Like these things I think are near Saturn return. Like I really like the stuff I've read on it. I don't know. Sometimes I like read that horoscope shit and be like, oh, all right. But like this is like stuff that I'm like, because there's other
I trust
like
Casey
cultures.
Musgraves.
There's other cultures that have like the same kind of ideology about this part of your 20s.
Yeah.
That I'm like, I kind of follow it, and if it makes me more, disciplined and whatever. But I think that's like, because like drinking, I get like the worst anxiety.
Yeah.
That it's like I should be doing something else. But then everyone's like, oh yeah, having kids, and I was like, oh wow, you don't know me at all.
Yeah.
If you have heard me talk for more than 15 minutes, and like, when is this bitch gonna get knocked up?
Every time I start thinking I'll change my mind about it, something reminds me I won't. Like yesterday, I was just in the makeup aisle at Target, and there was a kid for the full 20 minutes that I was trying to find a fucking lipstick
Oh, I
color,
do want to pop
just
him out.
screaming.
I want to pop him
I know
out
you
like
do.
rock salt. And
We just
like,
talked about this. You can't wait to give up. I do
it's
not.
not even I can't wait to give up. I just like, my mom is such an amazing mom.
Yeah.
So it's like, I want to have kids so that she can like experience being a grandmother.
That's sweet.
Just because like she's been everything to me that like I want. That's I want to see my parents have like be grandparents. And I like am I love looking at myself. So it's like
you
I have
nice
like a
family,
little
rub it in.
I have a cooter squirt that I can just look at all the time. Looks just like me.
See, I like just feel the opposite. If I even came around, I think I would
the
be
name
like
of my first girl. by the
cooter
way.
squirt, little squirt. Jesus Christ. Even if I
Beautiful bouncing cooter squirt. Away in a manger, no room. Wait, no. That's like, what song is that?
And we're done. If I were to change my mind, I would be fine with like adopting. I don't really actually part of the reason I don't want to reproduce is I don't want to put more of me into the world. This is enough. This is a lot. I don't want that. And I don't really trust the men that
Imagine
could possibly
the
have knocked
Instagram
me up.
posts, though.
I hate that. I hate seeing babies on my Instagram feed.
Oh, I love when people like clearly use like their children as their like redemption arc.
Yeah.
Oh.
The worst person you've ever seen ever suddenly is like the most compassionate mother.
Oh yeah, and I do also love when you see the worst couple ever announce that they're pregnant, because I love to see that they found the solution.
The couple
that always fixes it.
who is posting their pregnancy announcement like immediately is always the couple who 3 days before posted a paragraph about the ups and downs of their relationship.
Oh yeah. Anytime I see people like post in a relationship and it's like, hey, even through like the ups and downs, and even though you drive me crazy and I, hate you, and I when I close my eyes at night,
I picture you dead.
I imagine waking up and you're never there again. It was all a dream. A terrible, terrible dream. Happy 5th
it was
anniversary,
so worth
Pookie.
it to get here.
That's literally,
Oh,
yeah.
no, I know because I talk about that shit-ass long relationship I was in, and literally on his, like, 30-something birthday, my post just said, the journey was hell, but it brought me heaven. To be fair, this was 7 years ago. Yeah.
He's 37 now?
He's 35. My math might have been wrong, but he's 35 now.
I was like...
Well, so yeah, that would have been, he's 35 now. So it was 5 years ago. It was his 30th birthday.
35, that's wild.
Justine is 34. You got to quit making us feel old.
It's not old, it's just cool.
It's cool. It's not cool. Think about all the stuff you're doing right now, and if you were still doing it.
Oh, you mean I get to have fun forever?
That's the perspective.
What
of it.
a
Justine and I
treat.
did decide this is our last summer we're legally allowed to go to Latchkey.
Oh.
For
Yeah,
her
I
and
don't go there.
Her and I decided we're retiring it after this year.
Yeah.
She was trying to retire all of E6, and I said we can keep the dive bars.
You're closing the latch.
We're trying to we're locking that key.
Do you want to hear something funny that's not related to anything we're talking about?
Of course.
This guy DM'd me and said, I'm trying to take a sweet
God.
lick of that gash.
What?
I like read it. It was in my DM request. So I read it and I was like, wow.
That does relate, actually, because
So-
things you shouldn't say on a first date.
You know, but it was fine.
You went out with him last night.
No.
No, that'd be the best plot twist, though.
That would be crazy.
I feel like when we were talking about Hinge, I was trying to find the message that I sent you the other day about the weirdest Hinge message I've ever gotten. Because you sent me a funny one the other day, and I sent it back to you. Didn't I? Or was that in our group chat?
I don't know.
We were talking about just, like, the random shit that people say to you on Hinge, like, and people who have just said the most obscure shit. But everyone who sends you something creative like this is fugly. So that's unfortunate.
Oh, yeah.
But
Them
here it is.
fuggos be
This
on
was
their
a
Ernest
first
Hemingway
message
shit.
I got one time. It said, "You are so gorgeous. I would fight 3 mountain lions in a McDonald's handicap bathroom stall with my hands tied behind my back just to get a chance to date you."
Ew.
What the fuck? Points for creativity, I guess. But that guy, ugly.
No shit.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. What was the one that you sent that started that conversation? What did they say to you? Was it in that same chat?
it's gotta be. I need to talk in the mic. I'm so sorry. I didn't like it. Someone said, "What are you doing tomorrow?" I don't know. I don't have your number saved.
Oh, no, this was a nice one. Oh, no, you sent or you or Justine sent that one with that crazy thing from that guy's profile. Was that you or
That's
her?
me.
That one was crazy.
They said, all I ask is that you use the bidet, weigh less than 130 pounds, have 5 bodies or less.
I'm
his dream girl.
Just described me.
Hey, I'm standing right here. Hey. be
And this
subtle.
is what the single people are like on the apps and all.
This guy said you remind me of Lana Del Rey.
That is a compliment for you, though.
Oh.
Yeah.
He knew what he's doing.
Yeah.
Hey, this bitch, for sure. Oh, the bitch with a moon tattoo? He's either going to say Lana Del Rey or, like, Casey Musgraves. And he's like, I'm going to do numbers.
I literally have a video of us vibing at Eeyore's birthday, and as I pan across, you can just hear Quinn say, "This is the most Lana Del Rey I've ever felt."
Oh, yeah. This guy said, oh, wait, no. Wait. Sorry. I got scared. And
I got scared.
I don't know where these are. Men say crazy things to me
Yeah.
online. And here's this one thing, actually, that this guy is in my DM requests right now that I just looked at a second ago. And it is that he said this. Here's what he said. I have so much phlegm. He said, you got space on your roster, booger butt. You seem like the kind of girl who doesn't turn down some free drinks. And the worst part is, he's right. And
Booger butt is crazy. That's a crazy intro.
not the worst. Kind of cute.
Yeah.
Booger butt.
Booger butt from someone you don't know is crazy.
Hey, I have a gun. And let's see.
So we can call you that because you can kill somebody? What does that mean? What does that even mean? What are you going to use it for? in
To
that
kill
scenario?
him.
I thought you liked it. I thought that's the point.
Why is
I
this
would kill
message
someone if they
hidden?
called me that.
Booger butt?
Yeah.
Yeah, you seem like the kind of girl that doesn't turn down free drinks.
You mean every girl on the planet?
And I would love to be like, But yeah, I have to be there at 7. So I'm
I had some guy that messaged me on Hinge and just was like, hey, can you come ruin my life real quick?
I hate when men say
I
that.
said,
I don't care enough about your life to ruin it.
Yeah. But also I'm like,
You think your life is interesting or good enough to ruin? To ruin?
if you're sending me that on Hinge, your life is probably already ruined. It's kind of, we're
Hey.
on Hinge.
Yeah.
Like, it's
Hey, ruin my life. Hey, you don't own a bed frame.
yeah, I don't think it's going to be me that does it.
Ruin my life. You brag about your credit score being 420 because it's funny.
I think you ruined your own life when you hurt your knee in high school, and that's why you didn't make it to college sports.
Why would you fucking bring that up?
Why the fuck would you bring that up?
Yeah, ruin my life.
I could have been a professional athlete if it wasn't for that torn ACL.
Ruin my life. I'm better than you.
True.
Hey, I do comedy at dive bars in a little corner in the back off Riverside. Hey, you're talking to a superstar.
Yep.
Don't piss me off.
I did a show last night that was like one of those fucking outdoor shows at the like a bar, and it was just picnic tables so far away from
You mean fucking
all of them.
God damn it. What's that one place in New York?
New York?
Madison Square Garden.
No. Yeah, I did a show last night at Madison Square Garden. I just haven't wanted to talk about it yet, but if you're going to bring it up.
Sold it out. And
sold it out. You've never heard of me, but I did sell it out. Yeah, last night. And I was just like, the only redeeming quality is that there weren't any kids there, but it was just that feeling of being like, I'm trying to go out into the world and make people think that I'm cool, and this is what I'm doing right now. That is depressing.
I think I'm going to stop drinking, especially if I'm doing any stand-up at all. Because like my sets, since I quit drinking, like when I'm performing, have been stunning, and then I get shit-housed after. But I do this thing where
I've always had a 1 or 2 drink limit before I do sets.
And then I can't. I think I just like if I have a show at all, I'm not going to drink at all because I think it's so funny when someone tells me nice set. I go, thanks, they're natural. And I think that's so funny every time. And then like everyone's like, Quinn, no. And I'm
think
like,
it's funny.
and then
You
sometimes
should be yourself.
sometimes it goes over people's head and they're like, yeah, I can tell that you wrote those. It's like really great. I'm like, yeah, I'm a
it does come natural.
No, this guy goes, yeah, you're like a natural writer. And I go, yeah, that's what I meant. Thanks.
That is what I meant. See, I can't use that line, so you have to.
I do sometimes like, do you ever is there something like a way that people compliment your set that feels backhanded?
Probably.
Joey, you can chime in on this too because I've had a few that I was like, okay. It's like they start with complimenting my writing.
They compliment sandwich you? Yeah.
Like they compliment my writing. I get told I'm an analytical writer. And then they're like, but like, slow down. I talk like this all the time.
Same.
But everyone's like, slow down. Let them get your jokes. They're too smart for you to just keep talking fast. Like, oh, cool. Hey, you get up here. You get up here and do it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Especially when it comes from somebody that doesn't even do comedy.
Hey, you little tech nerd.
Yeah.
Hey, you cloud engineer, whatever the fuck that
you
is.
Rando
I'll talk
we barked
as
in
fast
from
as I want
36th.
to. I'll talk as fast as I want to, nerd.
Yeah.
You ever been told you're relatable?
Ooh.
Yeah.
But that's
I like
not
that
good.
though.
That's not good, dude. Just tell me I'm funny and fuck off.
I don't mind
Like they
that.
would say that too.
Oh, like
Yeah.
They
only
would think of
that? I was gonna say because I was like I feel like people tend for me comedy I enjoy more is comedy that I find relatable.
Have you ever been told to give up? I said to like, hey, try something else.
We were cracking up last night because I got an applause break on one of my jokes, but there was literally like 12 people spread out there. So it was like by that there was like 4 people who applauded it, and I got off and the other comics were like, oh, we thought we were all just bombing, but then you came and got an applause break. I said, I think if 4 people clapped at my joke, not an applause break. This didn't make me feel good. Like
Yeah. Oh, I just love attention. So
yeah.
Oh, I think. Oh, the other thing is like someone told me that like, have I considered putting a writing portfolio? Like I should just be a writer.
Fun.
Which is like nice because they're like, but it's still the same time. Like, yeah, I'm a writer and I do stand up. But they're like, well, a lot of stand up comics are just writing, and I'm like, all right,
Okay.
thanks.
Thank you.
I'll keep that in mind. I don't know
Yeah.
what a portfolio it means.
Yeah. I like when I've had random men try to explain to me like how this joke I made very clearly from a female perspective could be funnier.
Oh, yeah.
And it's like always incorporating something really stupid.
Guys will do this thing where they're like, are you actually single?
yeah.
And I'm like, no.
Yeah.
No, Jose, I'm single. But no, but so much, I think that's the other thing is like getting a relationship would like be such a bummer. Because like unless he's unless he's more interesting than being single, which.
Yeah. I'm down to have a relationship. I just think it needs to be a good one. And I think that's part of the problem is like I think a lot of our takes on how relationships would be negative have to do with negative experiences we've had. That's my deep, serious thought for the day. But like, I mean, that tends to be where a lot of like people's fears or like hesitancy to committing comes from, right? It's because you've had something in your life, whether it was a relationship or family dynamic or whatever, that makes you feel like that's going to be
negative. I
negative.
don't know why like I'm as avoidant as I am because my parents are like obsessed with each other. It's disgusting.
Yeah, but you've had some less than satisfactory experiences in your dating life that would jade most people.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it doesn't have to be, it's like, I mean, I've run into guys who are avoidant as fuck because just like one girl didn't like them back one time.
Oh.
Like, so that's what I mean is it's like, it doesn't have to be a big T trauma. We have some of those. It does not have to be
They're
that,
like 27
but,
and their girlfriend from middle school like dumped them in the hallway and they're like, yeah, I just can't love again, man. Play Future.
Yeah.
That's anytime a guy hurts my feelings really bad, Candace just takes me somewhere like a dying dog and layers Future as loud as possible.
And on that note, I think Joey gave us the light.
No. Sorry, I was just taking a picture. I'm gonna put it
No,
on
you're good.
I'm gonna put it on Instagram as 2 of the good ones.
2 of the good
Ooh,
ones.
I love that.
Thanks. We are actually about in an hour. That's so funny though, because I literally was like, "Is he giving us the light right now?"
My bad.
No, my producer when I did this like from my home, like when Caleb used to come do it, he didn't know how to. Me and Allie,
444 angel numbers.
me and Allie Voidovich were recording, and he was like, "How do I?" We were like running over the like camera time to like stop recording, and he was like, "How do I make 2 comics stop talking?" And then he was just like, "Wait," like put
That's
the light
so
up,
funny.
and we were both just immediately like, "Stop."
How do we usually end?
I don't know.
Like, how do we usually know when it's over?
Oh, I run a timer. That's why I said I just looked at it.
Virgo.
So we are. I know. But yeah. Anyways, that was a chaotic ending. Candace is gonna put not Justine Quinn down like a dog. Good. Actually, a good way to end is I know we're talking about not drinking as much, but we're about to get fucked up tomorrow.
Oh yeah, we're going on a boat.
We're going on a boat tomorrow, and I'm very excited. So if you follow us, stay tuned for boats and hose content.
Who is driving the boat?
The boat company.
Oh,
it's not like their boat.
Sick.
Yeah, that's why we have to be there on time, or the boat will leave you.
Oh shit.
But we're gonna do a little mimosa action in the morning first, because
yeah.
I swear Justine's a Virgo deep down. It's got to be in her chart somewhere.
It's got to be.
She's the most organized person I've ever met.
She really is. It's crazy.
But yeah, we're gonna go on a boat and shake some asses on a boat. Very excited about that. And it's Memorial Day weekend, so have fun.
Fuck.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun. I know. I was really hoping to go on a boat for Memorial Day weekend, but I work on Sunday, so I didn't think it was gonna happen, and then this occurred.
Is that a Veteran Day?
Yeah, it's for the.
I've done my part.
It's it's for ones who have died. Quinn. So if you fucked any dead veterans.
Dead to me.
And like, subscribe, comment. If you enjoyed this episode, share it with somebody and tag us. That's it.